Hello, it's Andrew Lightheart from SmallBizTalks.com. This is part 4 of developing presentation superpowers. When I talk to people about slowing down, remember we did that part 2, one of their worries is that they're going to be boring. And I notice this a lot with a lot of advice from presentation skills people, is that they don't necessarily separate out pace from energy level. And the advice I'm going to give you today is about the energy level that you pitch, because I want to combat against two syndromes. One of them is, let's call it the Awaken the Giant syndrome, and the other is the Connie syndrome. Let me tell you about this. The Awaken the Giant syndrome is when people are, hi guys, good morning, and there's all this incredibly high energy stuff. The thing that I find is that sometimes it's a bit too much for the group to identify with. It creates a barrier, and also there's a guy I know, being very discreet, who has an incredibly high energy style, and then when you meet him he's very quiet. And my aim for you is that when people meet you in conversation, it's the same person that they saw when they were talking. So I think sometimes the high energy thing is a bit less authentic and is sometimes a defense. The other, the opposite of that scale is when I was in a theatre group as a kid, we used to have a pianist called Connie who was about 97, had a moustache and a woolly hat, husband died in the First War, and she used to be accompanying the singers. And what would happen is, if the singer slightly stumbled, or Connie would just get slightly slower, and then the singer would get slower, and then she would get slower, and the singer would get slower, until everything ground to a halt, until someone, picked it back up again. And this is what happens if you have the same level of energy as your group, or slightly lower. Is the natural process of a group is towards entropy, is towards chaos, is towards sleep, and your job is to keep people awake, which I think is the aim of the Awaken the Giant syndrome, but it just goes way too far in that direction. So my advice for you is to pitch your energy at 5% above where the group is. Now that's not a scientific equation, obviously, but it means that you're just slightly above where they are. And then what happens is, because there's room for them to engage, they then raise their energy, and then you raise your energy as well. You always keep just 5%. If it's America, maybe 10% above where they are, and you'll find that we're able to keep people awake. And it also means that you can still speak slowly, but you can have a higher level of energy and a higher level of engagement with the group. So this is Andrew Lightheart from SmallBizTalks.com, and I will see you next time.